Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's meeting. As we gather from all around the world, just shoot um, your electromagnetic spines past your crown and also from your root chakra down into the planet. And we're lighting up these pillars of light so that we are circulating this consciousness of your true being. And that is what is strengthening the light, anchoring the light around us on this planet, because the planet is highly, highly conscious. It is humanity that needs to actually upgrade to the level of the Earth's consciousness. And every single time when you look at a spiritual concept, and of course, our entire feat here is to move beyond concepts, but we start with concepts and then we embody and then we move past the concept. Today, we're going to talk about the will of life, which is Swadharma. And of course, when you look at all these veins of spiritual inquiry, we have this new paradigm of that I think appeared in the maybe 90s, where we hear a lot about conscious creation and how we are creator beings and we can create whatever we like. But when we look at a deeper truth, and we're not talking about just surface spirituality here, Swadharma teaches you that there is no such thing as creating from your ego. I mean, we see that what the ego is creating in the world. I think you've noticed it. You also noticed what your ego is creating in your own life. But when you are trying consciously to create, that is always a gesture of your ego. And the only way you can create from the highest light for the highest good of all is that you align with God's will. It's the only way to create. And Swadharma teaches you, or your own Swadharma, is a very subtle concept. Because once you align with the will, the one will, the power, the wisdom, and the truth, and the love that is your own God self's characteristic, then you start walking the path of Swadharma. And your Swadharma is not some fancy purpose to your life. Swadharma is being fully one with God's will, moment to moment. It's not fancy. Through your own presence, you open up to the movement of life. What did I say at the beginning? Swadharma is the will of life. And whatever frequency you are at this particular moment, that is the type of will of life that you are unraveling at this time. And the more you're aligning with the nobodiness, with just this open, loving awareness that is beyond a subject-object incrustation, you automatically walk your Swadharma, the will of life. And let's do an inquiry how our system is constantly hooking us. The five senses are hooking us to want this, want that, and you're moving from one to the next. You're moving from one desire to the next. But essentially, your whole progress is found where you move beyond the desire. You move beyond that force that is constantly drawing you into believing that you are this body-mind mechanism with its desires that tries to stay alive. It's very important to see, because most humanity is actually conditioned by their survival instinct. And it's much more subtle than just wanting to stay alive and having food and sex. And it's much more subtle than that. So we're doing a much deeper inquiry than just the love and light paradigm, because a love and light paradigm still is whirling you within ego concepts. And true spirituality is slowly guiding you towards aligning with your true being, pure, unbridled awareness that is one with the will of life, or you can also say the will of God. It's one thing. And how do you notice what is the will of life or God? You step behind the noise, you step behind the identification, you step behind the confines, and you're just there. You don't have to arrive anywhere because you're just there. And that movement of life or God in you is what aligns your personal life, our collective life, humanity's life, to that which is for the highest good of all. And most of the time, it's not very pleasing to our egos. So we don't need to search for a purpose. Your purpose is what needs to be done right now. And when you look from the eyes of not your own immediate personal needs, but attuned to your environment, that's your indication, that's your guidance, what needs to be done. Very simple things. Watering the garden, attending to your children or friends or parents, whatever needs to be done in the holiness of the moment, you're attuned to that. And if you actually are riding these new love and light paradigm concepts, then you are not here right now living the simplicity of the will of life, but you are imposing something on the perfection of life. It's not easy because you, as a limited personal, ego construct, you absolutely are lacking the embodiment of totality. And if you are wishing or desiring from that place, it's not your divine creatorship. And sometimes creatorship is not that straightforward. Sometimes creatorship is very counterindicative. Could be tough love, could be many things. So Swadharma is the will of life. And how do you attune to the will of life? You get out of your way. You step out of your person, your limited being. You untether yourself from that space. And then you just allow life to guide you. It's scary. It's scary not knowing. It's scary to just fully trust and have certainty. But these are the divine rules, the divine laws on this planet, particularly. That you have full certainty. You do not know what is coming, but you're just doing what is asked of you in every moment. And then you don't have to chase this pipe dream of, oh, my life has no purpose. Your life starts having purpose once you become present, once you embody this body vessel and try deconstructing your identity. So that's the only way. Okay, let's start doing a practice. Today we're going to practice the embodiment of the divine sound and light current. The divine light and sound current, the Nam, it's called the Nam. Simply, Nam means name, but it's not just the word name. It is that essence through which all the names arise, through which everything arises. And the more you are in touch with that Nam, the more you live from that stream, you're automatically connected to your Swadharma. And that's where you're blessed. That's where you heal. And that's where you serve. So let's just feel our pranic channels. Literally feel how there's this beautiful pillar of light from your crown, moving down through your head, third eye, throat. Heart. And as I'm mentioning these body parts, you're actually pulling all of your consciousness back into your spine. Look how your senses are sensing noise, sensing people around you, sensing sensations in your body. From your heart, you move into your solar plexus. Your womb space or hara space, sacral center. Then your root center. And then from the root, we move into the earth star. Just feel that there is beautiful roots, silver roots, connecting you from your root chakra through your feet down into this planet. And you're drawing this consciousness field more and more into the body, into the spine. And just notice, what is that voice that is negating? What is that voice that is negating what is? Maybe it's too warm or too cold or too salty, where just the flow of life is being negated. The very step of your evolution is to allow everything to be exactly as it is. You move closer and closer into the embodiment. Are you watching from the level of a person? Or are you watching from the level of just the observer? Or are you observing the observer? And in this really helpful space, you allow the observer, the observing of the observer, to melt into the field. So there's only the sense of, oh, there's life. There's this aliveness, the beingness. And you just open to that. Slowing down the field of the mind. Everything is actually playing out on the surface. Everything. The thoughts, the sensations, your judgment, playing out on the surface. What does liberation mean? That you unhook yourself from the surface fluctuations of this subjective reality. Subjective, it's a hologram, it's fluctuating. And it flashes in and out of existence every 1 millionth of a second. Literally. Your mind is just too slow. Your mind is slow to actually capture it. Capture the phasing in and out. Phase in and out. And let's just deconstruct. Let's deconstruct this seemingly very viably existing sensing of reality. It's not reality around you, it's just a hologram playing different fluctuations out. Your collective minds have everything to do with it. The frequency of your minds, of your emotions, your energies. And there is that puppeteer, invisible, the source of it all. But the puppeteer is not a person. It's not limited. It's not manifest. Allow the busyness of the 3D to be now channeled into a particular place, the place of your spirit. The place of your spirit, the location. I know it sounds a little funny. It's at the heart on the right. Heart on the right. Allow this space, the heart on the right, to start sucking in all of the surface fluctuations of your sensing into itself. Sucking in all of the notions, sensations, noise. Just inquire when you start sucking all of the fluctuations into yourself on at the level of the heart on the right. What lies at the bottom of this vortex? Inquire. It's engulfing it all. It's engulfing all of the electric impulses that are communicating between this place and your third eye. That's what gives you a sense of ahamkar, ego self. And you're also undoing these ordinary experiences of yourself as an ego. Suck it back in at the right side of your heart. Very important. And we start opening this channel, the channel from the right side of your heart goes up into the center of the heart, traversing the higher heart, top of your sternum. And then it goes into your throat chakra, back side of the head. From there, it goes through the center of your head, third eye. And then it exits through your crown. This channel is called the Amrita Nadi, channel of bliss. Look at this Nadi. It's way beyond energy, way beyond the chakras. It is the channel of your spirit. The soul is located at your third eye. This is your spirit. They meet at the third eye. And then they start dancing together, moving through your skull up. So beautiful. When they start dancing together, they form the 1,000 petal lotus at the top of your head. Crystalline golden white lotus. Mm. Padmasambhava, great Tibetan master, is called the lotus born. Padma is lotus. His presence is coming through as the dance of the soul and the spirit. Ignite the fire of the will. Will. such an immensely powerful, becoming of God's light and sound, and open the 1,000 petaled lotus at the top of your head, Padma. Hmm. And just see all the petals shooting out this light of immense consciousness, 10,000 suns consciousness through the petals of the lotus. The purity. What is the lotus signaling? That it rose, it bloomed. From your pranic channel, it bloomed. The pranic channel is your spine. It bloomed from the mud, bloomed from the mud of darkness. Look how important both are. The darkness, the unknown, the cosmic intelligence. Bring it up your spine, and it blooms at the top of your head. Just going to say these root sounds. I am going to say them just to bless the frequency to become even faster and more pure. Om Hum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Padma Siddhi Hum. And we open up to the current higher and higher. We open up the lotus bloom to the divine sound and light current, moving up in the cosmic layering of lights, frequency. And notice that you have this perfect communication now. Your soul and spirit have been drawn upwards, upwards through the ladder of light, moving you to the space 12 inches above your head. It's a very, very specific abode. You can call it the abode of your higher self. Open it to more light. And the higher self is opening up to communicate with the supreme God being, which is the abode of your soul. Perfect oneness of all the layers. Just feel as if you were literally drawn upward through your skull. And all of the sluggishness, the lethargy, the tamas, inertia is being lifted out of you through this immense ascended source of light. Just draw it up. You know, as you notice, you can have some kind of a physical effect. You either feel very tired or energized, hot or cold, by lifting up through these realms of light. And then, as we establish this contact, perfect contact, you will notice that this immense stream of light and sound is always creating your body. It's always keeping your cells together in its highest, purest harmony. And now just plug into another movement. We plugged in from bottom up, and now plug into the movement from up down. A beautiful waterfall of crystalline golden light that is your soul. That is the supreme God essence, the divine sound and light current. It graces your crown. From the crown, it goes down into your body, into your spine and all the cells. Notice one thing. The third dimension is a great place of exercise. This realm is mostly all darkness. And we do not give qualitative. We don't judge qualitatively the dark or the light. It's just a game. And the more light you embody, the more of the darkness plays out itself. It has to. That's what it does. The darkness is here to overshadow the light. That's what it is. Once you embody your true being, once you drop all concepts, programming, limitation, then you allow play, to just unfold exactly as it is. Did you see what we've seen as a vision? The lotus blooming at the top of the crown. And it bloomed from the mud, the root chakra, through your spine. See this divine stream of light and sound washing through your body, washing through the house where you're located, washing through the people, the city, country. Unconditionally gracing everything because it's not judging, it's just gracing. See that this current is very strong coming from your crown, through your third eye, down your throat, heart, solar plexus. Now that we finished, the neighbor finished his grass cutting, or not. Because the outside world will always be disturbing. It will always move. It will always do something that is not in accordance with our personal ego wishes. But if we live by negating that which is, we never move deeper. We never move deeper. And that is what is called the will of life, Swadharma. Life has its own will. You have two choices. You either align with that, thy will be done, or you align with your own immediate ego self, which is an automated surface access to life. May we all live from the truth of the divine light and sound current. So it is.